Alrighty, so from class today, Naya asked this question, and let's go ahead and make sure that we're all comfortable with how we're going to work this. So we do remember that cosecant, that's not going to work. Let's see. Okay, let's try this. We do remember that cosecant of theta or x or whatever variable is 1 over sine. And we also remember that tangent is equal to sine over cosine, which means that the cotangent is equal to the cosine divided by the sine, and that the reciprocal function secant equals 1 over cosine. All right, so here I think what we talked about was let's find a common denominator and turn this into one fraction. So it looks like the common denominator is secant of theta. So let's multiply numerator and denominator of this term by the secant of theta, which gives us as a common denominator secant of theta and we now have that as our numerator. We form one fraction. Okay, we're only affecting the left-hand side. We want to show that it does in fact equal the right-hand side. Okay, so let's see if we can work with the cotangent. And let's go ahead and, well, not cotangent. Let's go ahead and write everything in terms of sines and cosines. And I am making the substitutions and not really talking my way through it. So let's see if we can unpack that. So this cosecant, oops, I don't like that. So this cosecant, why is it not? Maybe it doesn't like the color. Nope. All right, that's not going to work. Let me go back to, wait a minute. This is a different color. So this cosecant, which we know is 1 over sine, is going to become 1 over sine, right? Likewise, this cotangent is cosine over sine, and our secant is 1 over cosine. But perhaps what is best about this, let's see if I can use the highlighter now. It does not want to work. I don't want that. What's best about this is we can now cancel these two cosines. All right, so where does that leave us? Let me get rid of this circle. Oh, it's not letting me do that. No, oh, it does, okay. So where does that leave us? What we're going to have is 6 plus 6 times 1 over sine minus 6 times 1 over sine and that's all we're going to have left for this term because the cosines canceled and our denominator is still 1 over the cosine of theta. But what we notice is that these are equal and opposite, so they cancel. So we're left with 6 divided by 1 divided by the cosine of theta. And we talked about how you can see that as 6 divided by 1 divided by the cosine of theta. Keep, change, flip. And indeed, you're going to get your right-hand side. End of proof. Okay, good. So now let's take a look at number 10. And I think we'll post this one, and then we'll work on number 10.